So dear student, we were discussing about the part of the plasma membrane. Let's see over here the part of plasma membrane. What we have discussed over here, so the structures we have discussed in case of the plasma membrane. Now one thing I would like to teach it over here, that let's take an example. This is the head region, this is the another head region, and this is the another head region. If both the fatty acids are saturated, here both the fatty acids are of which type over here? Saturated type. Here again saturated fatty acid, and this is the portion of head. Saturated fatty acid, portion of head, saturated fatty acid, and this is the portion of head. So what happens over here, when both the saturated fatty acids are going to be present over here, then there is a chance that a formation of bond is going to be taken place. So the bond formation is going to be carried out over here, and the bond which is formed between two different fatty acids, it is termed as an hydrophobic bond. These bonds are been termed as an what over here? Hydrophobic bonds are there. Now see, from the state of matter, you knew that there are the three states of matter: solid, liquids and gas. So what happens in such of the cases over here, when a solid is there, then the bonds are higher in number and tighter bonds are there. Liquid is having less, tighter bonds as compared to the solid, and the gaseous is having a least bonded. So what happens over here, you can see that here the hydrophobic bonds are formed. Due to the formation of hydrophobic bond, the upper layer and the lower layer, this is the two layer, hence it is known as a bilayer structure. The two layer structures which are been formed over here, they are not easily able to move with respect to each other. So that now what happens over here, as they are not able to move, it gives a solid state to the lipid molecule. So which state is going to become over here? This is the solid state has been present over here. Next to this case, when you see it over here, this is the head region, and both of them are unsaturated fatty acids. So both of them, the things which are going to be present over here, these are the unsaturated fatty acids are there. So this is the characteristic feature of unsaturated fatty acids. Now what happens, as the unsaturated fatty acid is there, the bond formation does not take place. Why? Because of these fatty acids are lying far away from each other. As you have seen that the fatty acids are lying far away from each other, the bond formation is not going to be occur, and hence the upper layer and the lower layer, or the bond formation is there, then also it is in a less amount. It can move with respect to each other. They can move with respect to each other from the both the layer. Hence it gives which state over here? It gives a liquid state to the plasma membrane, or liquid state to the lipid. But as you see it out, that in case of the plasma membrane, what we have discussed over here, this is the head region, this is also the head regions are there. One of them, it is a saturated, unsaturated, saturated, unsaturated, saturated and unsaturated. This is the saturated, unsaturated, saturated, unsaturated, saturated and unsaturated over here. So these are the different kinds of fatty acids are going to be present over here, and between the saturated fatty acid the bond formation takes place, but between the unsaturated fatty acid bond formation is not going to take place. So what happens, when completely saturated it gives solid, when completely unsaturated it gives liquid, and when one is saturated and one is the unsaturated, it gives what shape over here, or which state over here? It gives semi-solid in nature. They are completely semi-solid in nature over here. So one thing, how the temperature affects each of these three things, that we have to look at over here, or how the affection of temperature is there. Let's take an example over here. in a liquid, if you provide, I am writing the situation, this is a normal, but if you provide less temperature in the sense of what? Below temperature. Let's take an example, 0 temperature you have provided. In a presence of 0 temperature, both of these fatty acid comes nearby to each other. Due to the less temperature, shrinking takes place. And due to the shrinking, the unsaturated fatty acid comes near to each other. And as unsaturated fatty acid comes near to each other, it forms a bond over here. The bond formation is going to be taken place over here. And so that these liquid condition converts into the solid. So you have seen that in winter, the coconut oil which has been present, due to the presence of unsaturated fatty acid, it becomes which? It becomes a solid. Next to that case, in a liquid semi-solid condition, if you provide high temperature, the temperature is higher. So what happened? Due to the presence of high temperature, both these bilayer moves away from each other. Both of them starts moving away from each other. And as both of these layers start moving away from each other, the bond formation is going to resist. The bond formation is not going to be taken place. Due to that, what happens over the solid is converted into the liquid way. So here at a low temperature, liquid converts into solid. At a high temperature, solid converts into the portion of what? Liquid state over here. So one thing, just look it out what the things are there, and on the basis of there, the 3 kinds of bacteria are there. So I am writing over here, bacteria on the basis of habitat. They are divided into 3 general categories over here. The first category which is going to come, it is known as an psychrophiles. The psychrophiles lives at low temperature. Where does they live at? Low temperature. Below the 0 also. So one thing I would like to tell you that the bacteria which you are observing over here, these bacteria are universal. They are present at each and every case, in a vacuum also, in a non-gravity condition also. So they are universal. So here the saprophytes are there which are find it out at a low temperature. And when you look the fatty acid structure of these saprophytes, they looks like this. This is the head group of them. This is the lower head group of them. And here in case of saprophytes, what happens over here? Both of them are unsaturated fatty acids. So both the fatty acids are of which type over here? Unsaturated fatty acids. In a plasma membrane, in a plasma membrane, both of these lipid bilayer are unsaturated in nature. Next to these case, mesophiles. What about the mesophiles? They live at a normal temperature. They live at which temperature over here? They live at a normal temperature. So at a normal temperature, you can see it out that the plasma membrane of these group, upper head region, lower head region, both of them are saturated, unsaturated, saturated, unsaturated. So both of these kinds of fatty acids are going to be present over here. So hence it gives a semi-solid nature. This is also the semi-solid only, not a completely solid. And the last one which is going to come, it is termed as an thermophiles. These are the thermophiles which lives at a high temperature. Thermo in the sense of what over here? High. They are living at a which temperature over here? The high temperature they are living. So here what happens? The plasma membrane which is going to be present, it contains fatty acids. The fatty acids are going to be present, and these fatty acids, both of them are saturated in nature. How are they? They are completely saturated in nature. So in each of these cases, one thing you have to note it down over here, that whatever will be the situation, the plasma membrane would remain in which condition? In a semi-solid condition. So this was the simple structures of the plasma membrane which we have been studied over here. In the next part, we are going to learn over here the function of plasma membrane. So up till that time, Just simply refer it out and then we are going to move forward. Okay, so dear student, let's move forward into the another part that we are learning, the last portion of the plasma membrane over here, that is the function of plasma membrane. So here we are going to mention function of plasma membrane. So we are going to look through the function of what over here, the functions of the plasma membrane, how the plasma membrane is going to function. So the most important function of plasma membrane is in case of transportation. But transportation of what? The transportation of molecule in and out of cell. So they help in the process of transportation. There are the two means of transportation. How many means of transportation are there? Two. First one, it is known as an passive or passive transportation, and another one, it is been termed as an active transportation. One of them, it is a passive transportation, and another one, it is an active transportation. In a passive transportation or a passive movement of component, there are the two different paths. In these, the first one, it is termed as an simple diffusion, and another one, it is known as an facilitated diffusion. So which is the first one over here? This is the first simple diffusion, and this is the facilitated diffusion over here. Let's start learning with the simple diffusion. How we can learn the simple diffusion? Let's take an example. I am having a glass box over here. This is a packed glass box is present over here, and inside this packed glass box I have placed a bottle of deodorant. This is the bottle of smelly deodorant, and this is the nozzle of it. So what happened, as soon as I press this nozzle, the smelly substance starts coming outside. The smelly substance starts coming outside over here, and these smelly substance starts slowly moving ahead. They starts moving ahead over here. So when you see that the smelly substance are moving ahead slowly. So what you see it over here? I can see that the concentration of smelly molecule near to the deodorant bottle is higher, and the component of smelly molecule away from deodorant bottle is what? Lesser. So initially the movement was in which direction? From this direction to this direction. The components were moving in all the direction in a random manner. So when I draw the slope of a smelly substance, you can see it out, the slope is in this condition. Here the concentration is high and here the concentration is low. So what happens over here? The movement of a substance is from high concentration to the low concentration, from high to low. One thing I could explain you better once, said, let's take an example. Here a small ball I have placed. I have placed a small ball and I am holding this ball between my two fingers. And as soon as I leave this ball slowly it starts moving ahead. So here you don't have to push the ball. The ball is moving itself towards its own direction. So here in case of passive transportation, I can write it over here. No energy is required for the mode of transportation. So the energy is not going to be required over here. How we can explain it betterly? See, let's take an example. The plasma membrane is there. I am just showing plasma membrane over here. I am writing PM. It is a plasma membrane. This is the outer face of outside the plasma membrane, and this is the inner side of the plasma membrane. Here let's take an example. A component, small solute molecule or small component is there. This component is higher in concentration onto the outer side. The concentration of this substance is higher onto the outer side and it is diffused onto the side. So the movement of this substance is from high to the low. But one thing, that the plasma membrane is made up of lipid, and lipid never dissolve inside the water. So we call it as a lipid is non-polar in nature. So you know that polar likes polar, non-polar likes non-polar. Polar and non-polar both repels each other. So what happens if a plasma membrane is over here which is non-polar? It only allows the movement of which substance? The substance which are non-polar in nature and substance which are no charge or which bears neutrality. So the neutral and the non-polar molecule can only passes through it. The charge and a polar molecule is not able to pass through it. So you have seen that all the molecules are polar only. Maximum molecules are polar. Like glucose is polar, salt is polar, rest other components are polar. So you might be having question that how this polar component is able to migrate through this. So to learn these, we are going to learn about the process of what over here? Facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion in the sense of what the facility is provided. What is been provided over here? The facility is going to be provided. What kind of a facility is there? So look at carefully, I am explaining over here that how the facility is provided. Let's take an example. This is the plasma membrane. This is the outer phase of plasma membrane and this is the inner phase of plasma membrane. Inside the plasma membrane, you can see it out. There is a location of integrated proteins are there. This is an integral protein. Now onto the outer side, the glucose molecule is in a high concentration. So the glucose molecule onto the outer side is higher one. So what happened? First of all, the glucose molecule comes and binds over here. This is in a off condition. So what happened? As soon as the glucose molecule binds over here, these intrinsic protein converts themselves into on condition. They opens the gate. The gate is going to open over here. Here you can see that the gate is going to remain open and these glucose molecules starts moving inside. But see, it is also in a towards the concentration gradient, from high concentration to the low concentration. Always in a passive transport, the movement of a substance is from high concentration towards the low concentration. One thing, we can take a great example of it. Let's take an example. You are standing at a top terrace of 10-story building. You are standing at the top of a 10-story building and you are holding a ball. What happens over here? What the aim is that you have to put a ball to the ground floor. So what you are going to do? You are standing on the terrace, you are holding a ball and you are going to leave it out. So the ball, in presence of gravity, it moves downside. No energy input is there. But what opposite? You are standing at the ground and you have to throw the ball to the terrace. So what happens over here? You have to put an energy through it so that a ball can shift to the upper side. So that is the active transport that we are going to learn now. So just refer it out for a meanwhile and then we are going to learn the active transport. Okay, so dear students, let's move for the learning. I'm just removing it out by learning the active transport. What does this active transport suggest us? Let's take an example again. This is a plasma membrane. This is the plasma membrane. This is the outer face of plasma membrane. This is the inner face of plasma membrane. In case of active transport also, the protein molecules are compulsory required. So here there is a requirement of protein molecules are there. What happens in case of active transport? Let's take an example. One of them is there. A cell always maintain the high concentration of sodium onto the outer side. The concentration of sodium is higher onto the outer side and concentration of sodium is less onto the inner side. In an opposite, the concentration of potassium is less onto the outer side and concentration of potassium is higher onto the inner side. So now what is going to happen over here, you can see when you draw the slope of sodium and potassium, blue color is for sodium, it is a higher onto the outer side and lower onto the inner side. And in case of the potassium, readily opposite, lower onto the inner side and higher onto the, lower onto the inner, higher into the inner side and lower onto the outer side. So now what happens over here, the sodium has to throw outside against the gradient and the potassium has to throw inside against the gradient, and hence to carry out this procedure what is required, the ATP, adenosine triphosphate. You have learned many times that ATP is the energy currency of cell. It is the energy currency, it provides the energy to the cell and it helps in the mode of what? Transportation. So now this specialized kind of a mechanism is being inputted in what over here? Active mode of transportation. Apart from them, another thing is also there. It is termed as an osmosis. So let's discuss about the osmosis over here. Again, I am taking a glass chamber over here. There is a presence of what? Glass chamber is there. So here the glass chamber is been present, and in between the glass chamber I am placing one membrane, and this membrane, it is termed as an semi permeable membrane. This is the semi permeable membrane. So what happens in case of the semi permeable membrane? It allows only solute to pass through. A solvent cannot pass. So here, on putting a semi permeable membrane, a box is divided into two different portions, A and B. The A, I am placing a higher solute molecule over here. The concentration of solute is higher over here, and in a B the concentration of solute is less. In an opposite, the concentration of water in a A is less, and here the concentration of water inside the B is higher. So this is the B. So now what happens over here? So if we draw the slope of water, you can see it out that the concentration of water on the B side is higher. So the concentration of water onto the B side is higher and onto the A side is less. As I have told you that semi-permeable membrane only allows what molecule to transport? Solvent. So here what happens? The solvent, that is water, is moving from B side to what side over here? A side. So from high concentration to which concentration? Low concentration. This is a diffusion. Towards the concentration gradient, it is a diffusion. Hence, we can write it down that osmosis is nothing but the diffusion of water from the high concentration to the low concentration. So these were the modes of transportation that we have studied in case of plasma membrane. So there are more things. You have studied today only the structure of and the function of plasma membrane. As such, we have many more different organelles that is yet to be learnt over here. So just stay with us so that we can give you the more and more different kinds of lecture onto the portion of this chapter over here.